Howdy friend, Sam Houston here, hoping you're living in high cotton. And if you're lucky enough to be in Texas, I know you're most of the way there. Now enjoy your daily dose of Texas history and Texas pride.
Well, howdy friend, welcome back to the Feed Bandit podcast and your Texas History Roundup for September 21st. In 1877, Robert Blake was born in Moscow, Texas. Blake spent most of his life compiling Texas history for the period from 1744 to 1837 for East Texas. His main sources were the Nacogdoches and Bear archives and family collections. His work has been called the bedrock for history of East Texas. Thus really for early Texas, since almost all early Texas settlements were in the eastern half of the state. Black died in 1855. I don't know, it would probably, that is a typo, it'd have to be probably 1955, because he was born in 1877. All right, 1944, former Texas Governor James E. Paul Ferguson died in Austin. In 1957, Darrell K. Royal made his football coaching debut for UT Austin by beating University of Georgia 27-6 in Athens, Georgia. Royal was born in Oklahoma in 1924 and played football at OU. In 23 years as a head coach, 20 at UT Austin, he never had a losing season, and his teams compiled a 167-47-5 record. His UT Austin teams won 11 Southwest Conference titles and finished in the national top 10 11 times and won 2 national championships, as well as a divided national championship in 1970. Royal is credited with the flip-flop wing tee and the wishbone offensive innovations. Royal was twice named Coach of the Year by the American Football Coaches Association and 3 times by the Football Writers of America. A member of the College Football Hall of Fame, Royal passed away in Austin in 1912. In 2012. In 1963, Joe L. Morgan, born in Bonham in 1943, debuted with the Houston Colt 45s. Most of his 22 years in Major League Baseball were spent with the Houston Astros and Cincinnati Reds. Morgan had 268 career home runs, or most ever by a second baseman, and won the Golden Glove Award 5 times. He was twice voted the NL Most Valuable Player in the same years that the Reds won consecutive World Series titles. Morgan is a member of the National Baseball Hall of Fame. In 1968, Emory D. Bellard, as UT Austin offensive coordinator, used what became known as the wishbone offense in a tie game against the University of Houston. The Longhorns lost the next game, but then went on a 30-game winning streak. In his 21-year career as high school coach, his teams had won 3 state championships. While Bellard was at UT Austin as an assistant coach to Darrell K. Royal, the Longhorns won 6 straight Southwest Conference titles and 2 national championships. He also served as head coach at Texas A&M and Mississippi State, and at A&M he was named the 1975 College Coach of the Year. Bellard, who is a member of the Texas Sports Hall of Fame, was born in Luling in 1927 and passed away in 2011. And finally, in 1989, at 7:30 a.m. near Mission, a Dr. Pepper truck hit a school bus, knocking it into a water-filled gravel pit. 21 children from the Alton area north of Mission drowned and 60 were injured. The worst school bus accident in Texas history. Oh, man. I hate, once again, ending the Texas History Roundup for September 21st on such a down note, but I guess that's the best they could come up with on this day in 1989. They couldn't have ended with something later on in history that was a little higher, not as down, if you will. But anyway, that is what it is. History is history. So that is your Texas History Roundup for September 21st. I hope you thought that of interest. And I'm sure some of you UT fans out there, of course, might have found that of interest. And I will see you guys on the next one tomorrow. All right, you take care.
Well, there you have it. If you like our podcast, check us out at feedbandit.com. There you'll find awesome Texas First outdoors gear and apparel. Your purchase helps support the Bandits and keeps this podcast on the air. fighting for you and for Texas. Remember, preserve the tradition, protect the legacy. Until next time.